Oh my goodness. Welcome in. Hello. I'm Virginia Lee, and this is episode 1. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm here. And thanks for being here. Grin with Jen is live, and I couldn't be more thrilled. Mostly for you and a little bit for me. There's a couple of obstacles that we had to get over to actually get here, but we're doing it, and that's the best part. So I want to lend over the hardships, you overcome those and you do the thing, right? So I want to offer my example to you to show you that you can do it too, because this podcast has so much to offer you. I can't wait to dive in. So welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm humbled to be here and honored that you are here with me. So let's get the party started. Okay, we're going to start out with a joke. What do you call a bear with no teeth? Any answers? Anybody out there? Can you hear me? What is the answer? Any guesses? A gummy bear. Dad jokes. I come up with dad jokes. I didn't come up with this, but dad jokes all over the place. So if you're a dad joke lover, then you found the right place. If you're not really a dad joke lover, like just wait for a couple minutes till the joke's over to continue to the good things later. Okay. Okay. So if you laughed, because you may not have, and that's quite all right. And that's fine. But if you laughed, let me tell you what I just did for you. And it wasn't me, it was you laughing that did this. But you decreased your stress, okay, by decreasing your heart rate, decreasing your blood pressure, and you're increasing your circulation, and increasing all hormones of endorphins and serotonin and dopamine. Super easy way to begin on the path of healthfulness, right? You're welcome. So stay tuned for a joke because there's going to be one in every episode, okay? Because we all need to smile these days and we all need to laugh these days. And it's just more fun. And you make more friends when you smile too. So that's why the name is Grin with Jen, because I want you to grin. I don't want you to be self-conscious about your grin when you're laughing or smiling, because a lot of people don't want to because they don't like what's going on in there. And as a hygienist and a mom and a personal trainer and just a human on earth, like, I want you to smile. I want everybody to smile. I don't care if you have teeth, if you don't have teeth, like teeth don't make or break you necessarily. Okay. Depends on what industry you're in, but smiling is such a huge part of health and happiness. And that's what I want for everybody. And so that's why I'm here. I'm here for you. We won't go into not really wanting to do this, but getting down to business and getting over me. It's not about me. It's about you. I'm here for you. I'm dedicated to you and your smile and your health. I'm here for you. Okay. I have a couple notes. So if I look down, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So we all know that we should smile. And these days it's not that easy to do so, or it's not like the most fun to do these days. We'll just push that aside because we're going to change these days up. Okay. So, we all know there are things that we should do and we don't do them, right? Me, prime example with this podcast. I knew that I should have done this a long time ago, but I'm here now. And so that's okay, right? There are going to be things that you know that you should have done, and you can still do them. If you're listening to this, you're alive, right? That's so exciting. So you're here and we can get down to business. Okay, so let's get this party started. I'm a little excited, so you're going to have to kind of bear with me. A little bit about the podcast. So as a hygienist, I've been a hygienist for over 17 years. I've had many patients tell me that they were never educated on the why behind doing things. And the way that I explained things wasn't something that they had ever heard before or understood. My goal is to take the science that I learned and put it into practical education so that you can use it to your benefit, right? So I'm not just like spitting scientific words at you and you're like, cool, Virginia, I don't care, right? I want you to care because nobody else is going to care more about you than you. Well, and God, but that's my opinion. Okay. So if you're my patient, sometimes I care more about my patient's teeth and gums than they do. And it feels not very fulfilling sometimes. And so I want to spread the love and education that I have to you and not just keep it focused to the 8 patients that I see in a day at the dental office. I want to expand what the gifts that I have to you to make you better. Okay. So it hit me that when I had 2 patients in the same day, one was in the morning and it was a 19-year-old man, not a boy man, but a man. Okay. A 19-year-old fellow. And he was exasperated by the education that I gave him. And we went into all the things. We went into pH in his mouth. We went into the foods he was eating, what he was drinking, how it affects what's going on, and why he's got what he's got, right? And people can change and like force themselves to change, but that doesn't last very long. And education is where it's at. So if you can educate, which I want to do for you, if I can educate you on the why behind you should stop doing this or try to change this, then you might understand and rationalize like, oh my gosh, this really makes sense. So of course I should do that because maybe you didn't know before. And just a side note, okay, so if I ever treat you like an idiot, it's not because I think that, okay? It's because that's how I want to be treated, not as an idiot, but given all the details so that I can understand to the fullest capacity what you're saying. So just know that from the get-go, I operate on major details, probably why I'm a hygienist, but I need all the details. So I give all the details. So sorry if that irritates you because it irritates my husband. He probably not irritation, but whatever. I digress. Okay. So he was so grateful. And he's like, you got to tell more people about this. And oh my gosh, like I didn't know this. Nobody ever explained this to me. This totally makes sense. I'm not going to do my energy drinks. I'm not going to have the Gatorades. I'm not going to, he's like going to the gym, doing all these things. And then he's like, it's so counterproductive. And I don't think I really understood that until you broke it down for me. Right. And I'm really passionate about that because this fellow is 19 years old. And if he can know that now and change, then he's for sure going to keep his teeth. Because if he was going in the direction he was going, not going to keep his teeth. Why are teeth important? Teeth are important because when you smile, you have teeth to show, right? Even if you've only got a few, cool, show them. They might be pretty, they might be ugly. I don't care. Smile because it decreases your stress, increases your great hormones of dopamine, serotonin, and what did I say? And your endorphins, right? Let's do this. Like, why not? Like, just You might be driving, smile at the car that passes you. Okay. Or if you're in traffic, smile at the car next to you. Like just smile, even if it's a fake smile. If you fake smile, then you start laughing and then you'll really smile. Okay. You're like getting some movement going in your face, right? We do not want to keep straight faces unless you don't want wrinkles, but it's too late for me on that one. Anyway, like do this on a daily basis. Have it be part of like your morning routine to set you up for success in the happy department. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm a little bit passionate about this if you can't tell. Okay. So later in the day, I had a 70-plus-year-old woman come in and specifically say, Virginia, you should start a podcast. And I'm like, she's reading my soul. But I don't really want to do podcasts. Who's going to listen to my podcast? What am I going to talk about? And so then I say these things, of course, because I'm, pretty open about that. And she said, there are so many things that you could educate on. And you teach me things every time I come in here. That's something new. Because y'all, I invest a lot in my education. I invest a lot in personal development because if I know how to change my person, then I can do anything that I want. Right. And that's why I'm here. I invested in myself. And now I am able to communicate with you so that you can invest in yourself, which I'm going to ask for an investment from you here in a minute. Okay. So don't be alarmed when I do so. Okay. So after she said blatantly that you should create a podcast, I'm like, told you I'm an idiot, not an idiot like that, but dense in the fact that it needs to be like, here you go, Virginia. This is exactly what you got to do this. Okay. And I can do it. I'll accomplish it. It's fine. But 19-year-old in the morning, 70-year-old in the afternoon, telling me the same things. So that's my proof that, okay, I'll do it. And then I had to kind of get over, okay, well, it's about me. What if people don't listen? Gosh, I'm nervous. And then I thought, it's not about me. And that's so freeing because it's not about me. And so that's why I'm here. And this is actually so fun. It gives me the butterflies to be here with you. Okay. So fun. What can you expect? You can expect nothing because you never know what you're going to get, and expect everything because we're going to cover a whole slew of things. It's not just going to be associated with teeth because trust me, sometimes I think that could probably be boring and you don't want to hear about that, but it's going to be fun. Okay. And I just want you to learn some things with me. Okay. Let's get a move on. Let's see. So together we're going to start something and we're going to finish it. And guess what? It's only going to take 1 week, 7 days. Okay. So I'm here today with you. And then in the next week, we're going to do something. Okay. It's going to be a challenge. And we're going to see results in that next week. Okay. Because I'm dedicated to you. I'm dedicated to you. I wouldn't be up at like, I don't know, 2 a.m. recording this podcast if I didn't love you. Okay. And I don't even know you. And you probably barely even know me, but that's okay because we're going to be buddies. We're already buddies. If you're here, we're buddies. This is fun. It's going to be good. It is good. Okay. So the investment, the investment is so that you have some skin in the game because I want you to get results. You want to get results, right? We don't want to do things willy-nilly and then get nowhere. Not get anywhere. Anyway. So what's the investment? Does this make you nervous? I might make you feel nervous, awkward. It's okay. I'm not asking for money. I am asking sincerely for your commitment with your time. And it's not going to be a lot of time. I'll tell you how much in a minute. Okay. And not only is it going to be some time, but it's going to be some work. And that probably makes you want to turn this off. Don't turn it off. Okay. Because the word work has a negative connotation, and I don't want you to have negative feelings about what we're going to do. So we're going to do an exercise. Okay. So this exercise you can do for anything. And it has to do with words. So if you're driving, obviously we're not going to have people close your eyes, but if you're where you can safely close your eyes, we're going to work through this together. We're going to take the word work and we're going to morph it into something that's better. Okay. I think I'm okay. Let's do this. Close your eyes or keep them open if you're driving. Take a deep breath. And I want you to go back to a time where you were having so much fun. I want you to think about, were you on vacation? Were you with some friends? Were you laughing with your buddies? What were you doing where you felt really good? Were you finishing a run? Did you just get off the phone with somebody that you really makes you feel good? Where were you when you felt really good? Okay. I want you to take that feeling and I want you to put words to the feeling. So I'm leaving the space blank because I don't want to encroach my ideas on you. Okay. I want you to come up with your own word. I will share mine with you in a moment. But think of how you felt. Were you relaxed and peaceful and laughing? How did you feel? Maybe you were with your friends. How did you feel? What are the words that you would use to describe that feeling? Okay. You might be coming up with a few, and I want you to say them out loud because I want to recreate that feeling inside of you. So say those words, say them out loud. If you're cruising around the house and you're listening to this while you're doing laundry, say it out loud, right? It's only going to increase the positivity in the environment. Okay. Maybe somebody needs to hear the word that you're saying. Maybe it's a better word than you usually say. Say the word. Holler it at your neighbor in the car next door. Holler it to your kids. Holler it to your spouse. Holler it to your best buddy. Say it out loud. All the words, and see which one makes or creates the most emotion in you. So take that word that creates the most emotion for you, and that's your word. And then I want to know what word your word is. So you can put it in the comments. I would love to read these, okay? Or you can email them to me, healthfulhygienist@gmail.com. That's HEALTH, health, FUL, full, healthful, hygienist, HYGIENIST@gmail.com. So send those to me because this is interactive. Okay. This isn't going to work super well if I can't connect with you, so I can't look you in the eye. And that's why I keep like hunching over because I want to get real close to you. Oh, anyway. So if you could send that to me, I would love to read your words. Okay. So now we're taking the word work out of what you're going to be doing in this challenge. Okay. I need your time and your fun. I need your time and your excitement. These are words for me: excitement, or I felt excited, enthusiastic, lively, fun, tantalizing, these are words that when I go back, I think about that's how I felt. And so that's what I'm going to use in place of the word of work. Right. And so work doesn't sound fun. It doesn't make you like excited to jump up off the couch to go do something. It doesn't, make you want to do that. So we're going to use your unique word. Okay. And we're associating it with the challenge. Okay. So finally, here's the challenge. What we're going to do is we are going to decrease your gingivitis. You probably think you don't even have gingivitis, but you do. You at least have gingivitis. I'm just going to throw that one out there. And it's a huge problem in the US. And if it's a huge problem in the US, guess what? It's a huge problem everywhere else. Okay. People's attention spans are decreasing. So they're not brushing for 2 minutes. I know you guys don't want to hear this because I'm a hygienist and that's what I do, but I'm going to show you why you have gingivitis. And I'm going to show you that in the next week, you're going to decrease your gingivitis. Okay. And you're going to see results. You got some skin in the game with your time and your fun and your excitement. Oh, sorry, I tangent. So your word that we got for work that was in the past, we're going to take this word and we're twisting it to bring it to the present. So if you were excited when you were on the beach in Hawaii, because you were going to go swim with the nurse sharks, you're coming here and you are bringing it into the present tense and it's exciting. Okay. I'm going to go do something exciting. I'm going to do the thing. The action is exciting. Okay. I'm going to go excite myself with my challenge. Okay. So my word is butterflies. I get the butterflies. When I think about this podcast, when I think about you guys, I get the butterflies like in the pit of my belly, like big butterflies, not this tiny little ball, but like this big old thing in my belly. Okay. So my word is butterflies. And so that creates that sensation in my belly. And I'm like, oh, sign me up. Okay. So that's what I want for you. So find that word, change it from past tense to present tense. And then you know what? It's proof. It's proof that you have had fun and happiness in the past. So that of course it is possible in the present. And if you live more positively in the present, your future is going to have a highly substantial increased positivity. Okay. So we're pulling the positive forward. I don't want you to live in the past. Okay. I don't want you to live in the future. I want you to live presently, happily, joyfully, peacefully, excitedly, enthusiastically here now. And, knowing that we're here together, we can improve things. It's not a bad thing that you have gingivitis because we know you have gingivitis. Okay. We're going to just all accept that. I have areas of gingivitis in my mouth. Sorry, my hygienist. I don't know if there's a hygienist out there that says that she doesn't have gingivitis. She's lying. Okay. So if that's you, then it's a big claim, I know, but there are some hygienists that might be really close to not having gingivitis. So anyway, cut it. I want you to know that I am going to provide you tools, resources, just like I said, so that you can easily take care of yourself and become healthier in a very practical way. Okay. Because I've got 5 kids and life is chaotic. You have a lot of things going on and life is chaotic. There's all sorts of things, but we're not going to let those things be our excuses to not take like 4 minutes for ourselves to be healthy. So get on with it. I know, right? Put a nickel in it, Virginia. Okay. So the challenge is to decrease your gingivitis in 1 week. This is what you're going to do. Every day, you're going to floss. I don't care if it's regular floss, waxed floss, whatever works for you. dental tape. If it's the pre-flossed flossers and you do it in your car, I don't know. I can give you all the ideas. You want to habit stack it. So you're going to do it with brushing your teeth, and do it before you brush your teeth so that you get the, like, here's your $200 to pass go, and get the toothbrush in your mouth as like your reward. Like, I'm going to floss and then I get to brush. Okay. Not like, oh, I'm going to brush and like, I don't need to because I did such a good job brushing, I'm not going to floss. No, floss first so that, you get it done. Reward yourself with the brushing. And after, when you floss, I want you to smell it. Okay. Here is proof again that you might be a little functified in some areas. Okay. But you have to smell it. This is the time, and this is the excitement in the bathroom that you get to go do. This is the fun. Okay. You've got to. And when you smell it, you might be pleasantly surprised, somewhat surprised, or totally appalled. Okay. But it won't work if you don't smell it. And if you feel weird doing this and somebody's in the bathroom with you, like, do it when no one's there. Okay. But you have to do it because you're going to prove to yourself over time that that floss gets considerably less stinky. And as you get less stinky, so does your breath. So does that gingivitis start to decrease, because you're disrupting that plaque that sits in there and that food that sits in there and that just like sequestered in there. Okay. It's like doing its quarantine in between your teeth. Okay. Get it out and you will be so happy. Not only when you decrease the inflammation in your mouth, you're going to decrease inflammation systemically. You're going to feel better. Your neighbors are going to feel better about your breath. All of those wonderful things are going to happen, and you're going to be happy about it, and you're going to be excited about it. You're going to have the butterflies about it, that you're going to smile at more people. You're going to decrease your blood pressure. You're going to increase your endorphins. Okay. Do you see this? Do you see this upward spiral? We're doing an upward spiral here. Okay. It's so exciting. So exciting. I'm excited. And if you can't feel my excitement, then we need to do a little more work. You need to for sure keep listening in. Okay. So the problem is I only see so many people as patients, and I want everyone to do the floss challenge. And I don't want to call it the floss challenge, because when people hear that, they're not going to want to do it. The challenge. Okay. the stinky floss challenge. I don't know. So will you share this with somebody that you love, or somebody that has stinky breath? They won't know. They're like, this person loves me, or maybe I really have stinky breath. But anyway, they'll really be appreciative of doing the challenge. And then they know that like there are other people doing the stinky floss challenge, and they know that like stinky floss is actually a thing, and that it's okay, because if you have stinky floss now, you won't have stinky floss later. Okay. So share this with people. Let them know that I got their back, that we got their back, that we're all doing the challenge. Okay. It's fun. It's going to be fun. It's really fun. And I just want you to know, I'm just going to throw a little holler out at my husband, because this was his idea. And he's not a hygienist. Nope. He's an entrepreneur. He's a really good one. So anyway, go Mike Lee. Anyway, okay. I have tons more education to give to you guys, but this is a simple exercise that you can do to provide proof that you need help. Okay. And maybe you floss and there's nothing that's stinky. Good job, because you did something that was really good for yourself. And you guys, it doesn't take it, even if you're bad at flossing, it does not take more than 2 minutes. And I can guarantee you that you need to take 2 minutes out for yourself. Everybody does something for somebody else way easier than they can do something for themselves. And so I challenge you to do this for yourself, right? I challenge you to do the challenge for yourself. Okay. So I'm almost speechless right now at what you might be thinking about me or this idea. But anyway, it's exciting. It's fun. And we're going to do it. Okay. So I'm asking for your time and not a whole lot of it. Okay. I'm trying to keep this podcast to a minimum, but I tangent. So sorry. I'm asking for your work or your word of doing that creates excitement, right? Your excited state to go do your challenge. Am I going to go do my fun challenge, my exciting challenge? Okay. We're just use the word challenge. And we're going to head towards health and we're going to do it together and we're going to support each other. And then we're going to reconvene in a week, which seems a little scary that I have to do this again. But I don't want you to be a gummy bear. Okay. I don't want you to be a gummy bear. I don't. And if you are a gummy bear, it's okay because there are dentures and you don't even have to floss those. Okay. But you got to have something. I want you to smile. I want more love in this world, and spreading a smile increases the warmth and receptivity and love between people. And I feel like that's a really simple way to create world peace. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for listening to this very first episode and joining me. And I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Virginia Lee. You can search me as Virginia Lee. And gosh, I am just really excited to be here and very grateful that you stayed with me and you're going to do the challenge and we're going to check in and we're going to see about that stinky floss. And I'm going to educate you a little bit more. Okay. So until next time, may you be filled with peace and we'll see you in a week. Happy challenging.